All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Okay.
Yo. Are we live?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, I was waiting on your cue, Seth.
Yeah,
Seth
where was the
said,
cue?
Wait on my cue.
And
I was trying to find my
Staring at
setting.
the
I haven't done this in a minute.
Look, listen. Wait for my cue, Jeff.
I haven't done it in a minute.
Oh, there was. Okay,
there it was.
yeah.
There it was.
Hi,
Seth.
I was waiting for it.
Seth, are you good?
I'm
This
good
is
now.
your cue to talk. How are you?
You know,
I'm good.
You were doing everything perfect, Seth, until then.
Yes.
At least I'm still batting higher than you, Jeff.
Ooh,
Wow.
there it is.
Right out of
Swinging
the gate.
for the fences.
Oh, yeah.
Right out of the
Welcome
gate.
to Slightly Off Target here on this Wednesday. Happy Hump Day to everyone. And our first show for the new year. Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year.
Show numero
Happy football
uno
season, maybe?
of the new
looking
season.
for the fireworks.
Yeah.
No fireworks.
Nah,
Nothing.
we don't get fireworks.
Now we're approaching football season very slowly.
Well, slow to you.
It's been slow, man.
Everything is slow
It's
to
like
you.
mud bogging,
Mud bogging.
and you've just stuck yourself in the mud. You try to get one.
You know, as soon as football
Tired to
season
move,
is
and it's
over,
just
you're
not
already doing
doing
the
it.
countdown for the next football season.
That's why they call it
And
the
that's why-
countdown to kickoff.
But that's why you drag through the next 8 months of the year, because you just don't embrace everything else.
Well, I embrace everything.
Do you ever see those emails, Seth? Wow,
Which ones?
the ones
Yeah,
that's
which
like,
emails?
will this basketball season ever end? Will this baseball season ever end?
I don't
Will
think
the
those
soccer
are
season ever
emails.
end?
Maybe those are like group texts that we
I mean,
get.
it just-
Beautiful.
Way to
it-
just call him out there, Jeff.
Well, he does say he loves football.
Everybody knows that.
Well, I know that. But you're a basketball
And-
coach.
and-
You got daughters that play
Basketball is a favorite sport of mine.
Okay. Well, you need to.
That's
I like
that's
golf.
2 out of
You
like
need to show
4
the love a
giant
little more
sports we
outwardly.
cover.
I'm not against any sports.
I didn't say you were against, but you need to be more outwardly embracing all
Jeff,
these
don't
things.
make me go political on you.
Oh, whoa! In what way?
Huh?
Hey, no politics here. Politics free zone, people. None
I
of
really
that.
wasn't going to go political on you because I really have nothing to go political about.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried that already. That
No
didn't go
Bo's
well.
rant
Didn't-
today. Is Bo's rant not political?
My rant always comes in the elementary school drop-off line.
We were talking about that
Yes.
earlier.
And those rants normally are not good.
They're not
Probably not.
suitable for the children that
Because
are in the
it's
car. Is that
more
what
of
you're saying?
yelling than ranting. It's kind of like I can sum it up to everyone that the car rider / morning drop-off / afternoon pickup line at the local elementary school that my daughter goes to
Well, it's any elementary school, really, pretty much.
is like if you are ever the 20th car, no, let's go the 10th car back at the stoplight, and the light turns green, and 20 minutes later you're going.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the stoplight, it's already turned red again.
That's the way the car rider line
That's
is.
the way the car rider line
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
Is there any one particular?
because mommy has to stop and take little Susie and Johnny into the school because she thinks they're going to be tardy.
That's what bogs it down.
Yes. Meanwhile, us parents that are still in the line are like, you know what? Screw that.
Yeah.
There are still cars dropping kids off, so we're going to go ahead and drop our kids off.
You know, I did that long time ago, so it's just fun to see someone else have to
Yeah,
go through
it's
it.
like
Seth
And what
had-
I have to look forward to,
Yeah, oh,
apparently.
absolutely.
yeah, when you have all girls.
What's going to happen?
Stop putting that curse on me, Bo.
Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? Are you against having girls as children? You
In-
will forever be
I
taken
want to hear
care
how he
of.
gets
Seth.
out of this
Listen,
one.
Bo, listen. What I mean by that is that both you and my previous boss here, Morgan, both have 2 girls, and you've both done that parental fairy dust voodoo junk where you go, I hope you have 2 just like you, but you're like, hope you have 2 girls. And I'm like, first, to preface it, Healthy children is all I could ever ask for.
Oh, now you're back. You look at him backpedaling.
Wow.
Hey, only for a second.
1 second,
Only for a
please.
second. But would prefer to not have 2 girls.
Why?
Do you really want me to answer that question?
You will forever be taken care of.
Because I hear stories from you. That's why.
Look,
that's why I say that.
Speaking of all girls, a shout out goes to Gibby, J.C. Gibson. You all know him, not the AD, J.C. Gibson, the broadcaster here at Jacobs Media, who will not, unfortunately, be on the Gainesville broadcast this year because he has welcomed his 5th child into the world. It's all over Facebook, and they're all girls. And the shirt he's wearing at the hospital today says "Girl Dad." So congrats, Gibby.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
First of all, 5.
I think it was 5. It
Yeah,
could've been
the
6.
number 5
5
just
is a
lends a
problem.
God bless you, sir.
That's a problem.
Let's
5
see.
girls. Yeah, I don't think I could handle
Let's
that.
roll back a bit here on the Facebook timeline because
But
it's
I want to say something that you just said about them taking
you know,
care of
Bo,
us.
just a little bit of light
5.
Facebook stalking.
Look,
5.
You said something. You said with girls, you'll always be taken care of. And I'm going to say that you're probably right on that because I got 2 guys, and, I mean, they're pretty much ready to abandon me.
Like your mom
any
right
moment.
now is wishing that you were a girl. So
I
that
mean,
she would
that's
have
probably
somebody
been
to
the
take
case
care
for a
of her.
while.
Well, we can
Like,
fix it.
that's probably not
You know
been
what?
a just now thing, Bo.
In today's society, that can be fixed.
Actually, it's probably your brother since he's younger.
That can be fixed.
You know.
Nah, he's the bigger one. Like, I'm the one that actually looks more like mom than he does.
Oh, okay.
But I take good care of my mom and dad. Come on
Good.
now.
Good.
I'm helping them move. Like
You
this
have-
week and
you have
up
hurt
until.
you have hurt the brand that is your mother.
Somebody call Bill
What do you
Wilson.
mean,
It
the
is
brand?
Yeah,
hot
because
in
if
here.
she looks like that, you have not done her well.
I think Bill Wilson.
Did you call me ugly or did you call my mom
That
ugly?
was
called
not
you
great.
ugly.
We cannot take that back
I called
now.
you ugly.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
live out there
that's
on the
gone
air, man.
live.
I called you ugly.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
There's a lot of backing up in this room today.
Yeah.
And it's really hot in here. What has Bill Wilson done to the heat here?
We're just calling
The
everybody out
air.
today.
Yeah, we're calling everybody. All right, folks, let's get to what we're here for today, and that's to talk about I don't know if you picked this up yet. Seth, can
Oh,
you
look
zoom
at
in?
that. No. Here, give it to me and I'll push it closer, but I can't get the focus better.
Yeah, push it closer. You've already seen it probably.
There we go.
It's on.
It's
lot of
out of
glare.
focus,
Lot of
but
glare.
it's out of focus. Sorry. But there it is. Yeah, the Kickoff Magazine, folks.
Kickoff Magazine is out. Go check it out. Get your copy today. You can come by the station and get
Look
one.
at that sharp cover photo.
Yes.
Look at that.
Or you could go to the
Shameless
website
self-promotion.
right now, and you can check out where to find this free publication that we've made 116 pages of nothing but high school football and a local
Everything
cover.
you wanted to know about Northeast Georgia
Yeah.
football programs is in there.
Some people call it a book. We call it the football Bible. So there you go. You can check it out, get it, and read about it. But, we are approaching high school football season, the real kickoff, which is August 20th. But we've got a ton of scrimmages coming up this week as the last week for scrimmages happening around the area. But we did get out last week. We had 5 scrimmages going. We hit 4 of them. We hit up Buford and Cedar Grove because we thought that might be the best scrimmage, Seth. And Caleb actually went down to that scrimmage. And what did you see?
I saw
Only two
really
quarters of varsity, right?
Yeah, 2 quarters
Two
of
quarters of
varsity, and it's as far as the standard goes, 2 quarters of varsity. But I saw once again a very powerful, stout Buford team that has I would wager, has a deep playoff run ahead of them.
Yes, I would definitely wager that.
Coach Apps, and we're going to play his interview. To hear a coach say what he says, and you'll hear it when you hear it, on the first scrimmage of the season, yikes.
Well, let's get to it. Coach App after the scrimmage on Friday against Cedar Grove.
Coach, you got a pretty good team here. You played tonight. You're up 21-0. How you feel about how y'all been playing?
I feel real good. I mean, we're young in a lot of spots right now. It's crazy to look at that score and the way we played. They played fast. They played physical. We got a long way to go, but it looks really good for a night like this. You know what I mean?
Still got the 2 quarterback system with Ashton, and then Dylan Ashton came in, looked really sharp there in that opening quarter.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's been focused, well before he's getting offers and getting a chance to go play Power 5 football. He's been a focused kid since I remember he was 6 years old around here. So I'm proud it's all coming together for him now.
Defense, it's lights out there in that first half. Talk about them.
they're running around, man. They're having fun. It's a great group. A lot of these guys played 2 years ago, my first year, so very experienced, very physical, very strong, and very fast, which is a good combination.
One of the biggest things you want to see you guys work on now is you got a couple weeks before the season starts.
I want them to come out and play real football. We're going to put our varsity guys on the field again, and we go to JV in 9th grade. But I want to be able to come out at halftime and execute the way they did in the first half, and just know we got 2 weeks to come back, but we still got to be in improvement mode, whether it's right now at halftime or next Monday when we have practice.
Coach, appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all.
Coach Happ, he's one of 2 coaches in the state of Georgia that has won 2 state championships in his first 2 seasons as a head coach.
That's stout company. Stout company.
Yeah, stout company.
And you probably heard it there, where he goes, it was pretty good when you consider a night like this. First scrimmage game, they were playing fast, they were playing physical, and
Sorry,
that
I
was
just
pretty
stuck
good.
my hand into the frame. I'm sorry, people.
And just to hear a coach on a 2 weeks before the regular season in a scrimmage sit there, I didn't hear any negatives, and usually that's what you hear coaches talk about after a scrimmage game. If I'm on the Buford schedule, I think I'm already scared.
Well,
Yeah, the only negative I don't even count it as a negative. The only thing that I kind of heard in there was that they're young in some spots. And then
Which again, that
Right.
brings up the fear factor.
yeah, exactly. If they can play like that and they're quote young in some areas, wow.
Well, I think that's a credit to the system they've got going on over at Buford. Now, Jeff, you went to Mount Airy,
I did.
watched the Hab Central Raiders play against North Oconee. Thoughts?
Well, Hab's very, very young. They got a sophomore
Well,
quarterback.
how did you go into it, though? What were you looking for when you went in?
Well, the first thing I did is, they had 4 guys listed as a quarterback battle. So I was like, okay, who's going to play tonight? Well, it turns out one of them was injured. One of them wasn't going to play that much, and another one was going to play a different position. The backup quarterback, as it turns out right now, is going to be a freshman who's also one of their better receivers. They're really young in a lot of their skill spots. They had, they have a pretty good bruising running back. And it's a scrimmage. It looked like a scrimmage. There was a lot of mistakes. North Oconee made some mistakes. They had a turnover. Hab went right down and scored, and then Hab had a weird turnover. It turned into kind of like a pick-6 fumble recovery kind of thing. He was going to throw. They hit his arm. The ball kind of bounced up. A guy grabbed out of there and just took off and ran the other way. Then they had another turnover. Then there was on defense. Again, they're young in a lot of spots, but they were playing on the short side of the field. North Oconee was. They had like a play-action fake, and the cornerback on the 50 yards away bit, and wide receiver just takes off. I mean, there wasn't anybody within 20 yards of me. Easy touchdown pass. So it looked like a scrimmage game for Hab. But I also saw they have some athleticism. I think that they're young. They're going to continue to get better. Youth and 8-6A, unless you're Buford, it's not going to be a great combination. They're going to have to really learn on the job. So they're probably I see Hab probably, having to take their non-region schedule and really figure a lot of things out before they open up in that tough 8-6A.
Well, I went over to Dawsonville to watch North Forsyth and Dawson County scrimmage. Dawson's got some issues up front offensively on the offensive line, so that's they are placing, as Sid Maxwell says, young players are, quote, inexperienced players into some of the wide open positions they have. So
Right.
they came in with having to fill the offensive line. Really the key players back on, offense. One lineman, I think, was Cade Adams. I think he's a returner. And then Zach Holtzclaw and
That's
then
it.
Conley Dyer. I mean, you've got
That's it, yeah.
So you've got a lot of holes to fill. You lost your entire receiving core. Got to fill those holes. You got holes in the secondary. So Dawson's got a long way to go.
Well, were
just
you
looking-
more surprised that they only scored 10 or that they gave up, what was it, 46?
Yeah, it was 46. They played 3 quarters varsity, and I left when it was 27-10.
What's the more, if you were Sid Maxwell, which one would you? I know it's a scrimmage.
I think this is offense because you look last year at some of the games they played, South Forsyth, you look at Flowery Branch, you look at the shootouts they had, the
Right.
points they gave up. You had an offense last year to play with those guys, and
Right.
this year I think the biggest concern is on the offensive side of the ball because, if you can't score, you can't obviously stay in the game.
Yeah.
And obviously, you want to make some of those stops
you gotta-
defensively.
and
And I
you're-
thought they did in the first half of the
Right.
run game, North's run game. I thought they they held it pretty good. But you look at, some of the they threw an interception that was turned down at the 20 or that 15-yard line. They make some mistakes. So they've got a ways to go filling in.
7-3 is going to be very, very competitive.
Very competitive. North Hall spanking Reed Hand last week, so that was interesting to see.
Yeah, when I put the wrap together for the night of the scrimmages, I think that one they looked almost in midseason form with how they performed in their scrimmage, a lot like Buford did. And we love talking to Coach Bishop, and early on in the summer he was like really excited. Oh, it's going, and then there was a couple of players weren't coming. He's like, so you never know. You never know where he is on this. He had to be happy after that.
I'm sure he was happy at the performance he got. A lot of these coaches, you talk to them, they use the scrimmages as obviously to see where they are as a team.
Right.
But they also just want the kids to have fun because you're finally putting something together against somebody else other than yourself.
That's true.
So Commerce scrimmaged. Who they scrimmaging?
Appalachia. And I think it was a tie.
Yeah, that ended in a tie.
And I'm not
Coach
really
Holler's
sure what
first scrimmage as head coach.
So Appalachia's a 5A program.
Mm-hmm.
Commerce is a 1A program, and they tied a 5A program. But for some reason, and Commerce has a new coach, but he's very familiar with the triple option that they like to run. We were out there, Seth. We did our mic'd up, and boy, they had a lot of numbers out there, more so than even usual for Commerce. So it looks like there's still a lot of enthusiasm for the program despite the coaching change. But I'm kind of 14-14. I kind of figured Commerce would win that. I know it's a scrimmage, so there might still be some feeling out there with new Coach Hollers and the Tigers.
Well, Coach Holler's running similar to the same offense that Coach Brown did over at
when you're North Cobb Christian.
All right, so the biggest scrimmage, I think, on the docket this week, North Hall will travel over to Flowery Branch. That one's going to be an interesting game from a standpoint of a scrimmage goes to in-county schools playing each other.
The rivalry. That one never dies.
Yeah.
They don't like each other, at least they haven't over the years past. I'm sure the administrators. I'm sure that the administrators are all not fine and dandy, but they're like, okay, yeah, we want to win this. I know it's a scrimmage, but we want to win this.
Well, of course they do.
But that could be a great scrimmage because can North Hall do if they look that way 2 weeks in a row and going into the season, boy, you gotta. I know we picked them this year, but I don't know if we knew that how long it would take them to get to that point. That's going to be a really good scrimmage.
All right, some more interesting headlines around the area. One coming out yesterday on Associated Press, a very interesting headline. Coaches charged with murder and heat death of Georgia student. This is down at the Elite Scholars Academy at Clayton County, and a grand jury has charged 2 coaches with murder and child cruelty in the death of a Georgia high school basketball player who suffered a heat stroke after practicing outdoors in nearly 100-degree weather. That's according to the attorney for the player's family. Does this set a precedent here?
When I read the story, and I sent you the link on that, the first thought that came to mind was, how many coaches are going to read that and go, okay, so now I can be charged with murder if, we're training and something happens to somebody. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, nobody's going to want to coach anymore. That could be an issue because who's going to want to put themselves to that kind of scrutiny and liability because, a player may not, you may tell, hey, make sure you're drinking water, make sure they don't, and it is hot. And, so that was the first thing that came to mind. But then we started to examine the story a little more.
Yeah, I started looking into the story a little bit more just to see what was going on, with it. And it says here that the player was participating in required conditioning drills for the girls' basketball team on August 13, 2019. Now, I'm under the assumption that you cannot require a player to do anything until the GHSA gives you the official, there's an official start date.
Right.
That's when you can start conditioning. Now, also under the assumption that all summer practices and conditioning is volunteer.
Now,
okay?
But on August 13th of that
voluntary.
Year, right, voluntary.
It's volunteer or voluntary.
There you go.
I guess it's the way you put the sentence together.
That's
I
right.
Suppose. Like we don't have enough to think about.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
What if if August 13th, let's say they were in school,
Right.
does that then trump the summer workout things? It's going to be interesting to kind of see how this, because they charged them. Now they haven't gone to trial yet, but they've charged. I'm really curious to see, if this thing goes all the way to the end, how this might affect the mindset of coaches in a lot of sports.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about the story is the other side of it has not been told here on the Associated Press story. Of course, it says they violated the Georgia High School Association rule banning outdoor practices in weather conditions such as those that the student died in. So there's going to be more that comes out of this story, but I thought it was an interesting story that because we hear this unfortunately a lot, not a lot, but periodically about players, collapsing during football practice or collapsing during an outdoor practice, and we hear that happening, and we hate to hear that happen, but this is the first of its kind that we've heard.
I've never seen this
where
coaches were charged, and I'm going to kind of go back, as y'all remind me, I'm old.
Yes, you are.
But I grew up in Alabama. I spent a lot of time in Mississippi, and I've been in Georgia. Hey, in the summer, it's hot. It's 90-plus degrees most of the time. I practiced tennis. I played tennis tournaments, played football.
Yeah, but back then they didn't have water, Jeff.
I drank something. I don't want to know what I don't know what it was,
that's
but I
when
do remember
they had
drinking
lime Gatorade.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal, but that's what they had. So
did you just call Jeff older than water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ancient.
That's really
That's worse than older than dirt. Which was first, water or dirt?
I don't know. Check under the egg.
Check under the egg. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, so you admit that it was the egg before the chicken?
I don't know. How did the chicken get here?
Some things will never be known.
I will never know. I had just missed it.
Well,
I came the day after that was decided, so I don't know which one came first.
So I know where you're going with this about having the water.
It's
but
about
I will say,
look, conditioning. If you're going to play, I mean,
I don't think
if
you can make that. I don't think you can make that argument.
No. Well, here's what I'm saying. If you take this story and then they've already put in a lot of stipulations about when you can practice, when you can't practice. In that story, it says, based on certain weather conditions. I mean, I'm sorry. From about May to about September, that's almost half the year. It's hot in Georgia. It's hot in Alabama. It's hot in Florida. It's hot in a lot of other places. And if you can't play outside and practice in the heat, then you may never, I guess you just should never play anything.
Yeah, but we don't know the backgrounds of any of this.
Well,
so
I know.
We have no clue. I don't think it's something to say if you can't do this or can't do that.
No, but what I'm saying is, my thing is this isn't the first time we've heard about, some sort of stipulations in heat. You can't do things when it's hot. All I'm saying, it's hot a lot. And if you're going to make all these stipulations, if something comes of this, out of this lawsuit where there's more regulations and more restrictions put in about, you can't play if the heat index is over 90 degrees, you're going to take out 6 months out of the year. And, how many kids are playing outside nowadays to condition themselves to the weather? I mean, that has to be.
We don't know if there were underlying conditions. We don't know any of that. We just know what and
the coaches could have been at fault here.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have no clue. Anyway, it's the first of its kind. All right, Braves are second in the East. I said that months ago. I said it months ago.
Look, if you had
all the Braves fans that are hardcore Braves fans that wanted Coach Snicker, yes, I like calling him Snicker because Snickers bars are good. Anyway, wanting him fired, he can't make a decision. He can't do this. He can't do that. And now the Braves are second in the East. One game out of first place.
Listen, by the way, I'm not based on the team that they had coming out of spring training. I thought I didn't say I would pencil them into the World Series, but they were certainly in the NLCS for sure. I think.
Oh, you're not going that far,
huh?
You're not going to go that far.
Well, because I've seen great teams not make the World Series. I've seen teams I thought were trash win it. Mm-hmm. So you got to have a lot of luck. When you look at the lineup they had and the pitching staff that they had coming in, I certainly think them and the Dodgers were the two teams.
How
to
much
beat in the
luck
NL.
do you have to have, Jeff?
A lot of luck.
So throwing a baseball is luck.
I didn't say
Hitting
that.
a baseball is luck. How much luck do you have to have?
You have injuries.
Things
also,
that fall your way.
But with all the injuries,
That's not really not luck. I mean, injury is luck.
a freak accident. Look at Acuna. That was a freak accident. I mean, how many times has he leaped and landed?
I know, but how many knee injuries are a freak accident?
I don't know.
Like running back turns to go the other way. Boom.
Well,
Is that not a freak accident? I mean, that's a freak accident. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But bad luck. I mean, it's bad luck when you have a rash of injuries like the Braves have had.
Travis Schlink, the Hawks GM, listened to him the other day, and this is kind of interesting here.
Okay.
Because it was on a sports talk radio, and the question was asked to him, do you think if the Hawks were healthy that they would have been to the NBA Finals? And, of course, he did not say yes. He did not say no. He said, when I was with the Golden State, injuries happened on other teams that allowed us
That's correct.
to move past.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's the circumstances of the sport that happens sometimes. It's the ebbs and flows and how it happens. And that's kind of what we're talking about here with injuries.
Well, so, with all the injuries that have gone on, I think this might be one of, how many things on Twitter have you seen Snitcher's got to go?
Oh,
they
every
thought
day.
he was terrible. He can't do that.
Every day.
They're in second place. Half of their roster is in rehab or playing AAA because they're working their way back, and he's got them into second place. I say manager of the year candidate.
Look at you.
I say manager of the year candidate.
All
for
right,
Brian
it's time to
Snitker.
get to this week's segment, one of my favorites. It's our on target, off target. All right, Jeff.
That was a little shorter than I remember.
Okay, Jeff, we're going to start here. We just came off of talking this in the headlines about the Braves. Will the Braves win the East?
I'm going to say yes, because I think when you look at the Braves, in that division with it's not a good division right now.
Right.
The Mets are decimated with injuries. The Phillies have injuries.
Hot in here.
The Braves have injuries.
75 degrees.
Is that my fault? Maybe it is. Maybe I need to leave.
Turn that down.
He always says this in the middle of when I'm saying
Can
something.
Yeah. Okay, go. Finish.
The Braves are the only team in the division who have scored more runs than they've given up.
Okay.
And they just have a way. I think the Braves will win. I think it's on target that the Braves will win the East.
I agree. I said it back doing on Mitch's show. He always asked me about the Braves early on, and I said, I don't want to talk about the Braves. He says, why? I said, because by July, maybe August, they'll be in the hunt for the East Division.
He probably called you crazy.
No, he agreed with me.
Wow.
And so there you go. The Braves will win the East.
We have spoken.
And should Snicker be fired?
Absolutely not.
If they don't win the East?
No.
No. Why?
So what's our on-off target statement?
Will he be fired?
Will he be fired?
I think that's way off target.
Way off target.
Will not be fired.
Okay, we're way off.
Way off target because, again, I say manager of the year candidate just because of all the things. When you lose arguably the best player in baseball, one of the top three pitchers like they did in Soroka, Ian Anderson's been out. Okay. Their entire outfield has changed. They've had like 5 catchers this year. Name me 3 pitchers on the whole pitching staff. Yeah, I don't think we can. So,
Bill Wilson says you don't like talking Braves baseball on Sundays.
I just do it to annoy him.
Okay. All right.
Because he wants to talk Phillies. He gets all excited about, the Phillies. I mean, come on, it's the Phillies.
All right, so the college football preseason rankings came out.
What did you say?
No, I think that's off target.
Off target.
Yes.
So wait, we agreed on both things so far?
we have agreed.
Wow.
Okay, Dogs 5th of the preseason rankings. Is that on target or off target?
I mean, you go first on this.
You want me to go first on this
I want you to
one?
go first on this.
I think it's a little off target. Because
should they be higher or lower?
Oklahoma and Ohio State ranked ahead of them. Now, granted, what did they finish? Ohio State finished, second last year? or third?
Second or third, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so actually it was second in the AP poll.
Right.
Okay. Clemson finished third. Oklahoma finished sixth. Georgia finished seventh.
Right.
So Georgia is fifth. Oklahoma is third. Ohio State fourth. I think Georgia should at least be third in these preseason rankings.
I hate to say this, Bo, but I also believe that's all target. And in the same direction you go, I think Georgia should be higher. I mean, the whole thing, the way the poll is done, is based on what you think we're going to have, based on the team that you think they have. Alabama is once again number one. Alabama is having to replace, like 18 first-round picks or whatever it was. I mean, they set a record.
Alabama.
But they're ranked number one with all the holes that they have. Georgia, I think, might be a better team on the field than Alabama, at least right now, and yet they're fifth. If it's going by what you think is the better team, Georgia should be no worse than third.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Interesting fact about the Associated Press poll. Alabama received 63 first-place votes. Oklahoma.
Now, this is a coach's poll, not the AP poll. This is the coach.
It is the coach's
poll.
All right, so Alabama received 63 first-place votes, and Oklahoma gets 2.
I mean,
who was the other coach that voted for Oklahoma?
Oh, the other. Are you saying that Lincoln Riley voted for himself?
Yeah.
Oh, you sure about? Yeah,
you know he did.
Well, of course they did.
Yeah, you know he did. So,
I think that's the fear factor. Did Kirby vote for Oklahoma? He certainly didn't vote for himself.
Doubt it. He probably voted Bama. You know he did. Interesting ranking here. Iowa State 8th. North Carolina comes in at 9. So Iowa State finished the season 9th last year, and North Carolina was 17th. Now they're 9th in this preseason poll. Oregon, who was not ranked, is 12th. LSU, who was not ranked at the end of the year, comes in at 13th.
Yeah. Oregon, LSU not ranked. Wisconsin wasn't ranked.
So very interesting.
It is. They got Ole Miss 25th.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Who had like the worst defense of any football league. Just about. Then they lose. They scored like 50 points twice and lost.
Yeah,
or something.
I think they get the nod because of their offense.
The offense is going to be good. There's no doubt about that. I think Georgia has as good a shot this year to win it as they've ever had. I like their quarterback better than I like what Alabama has. I like the running game they have.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've got arguably the best defense in the nation.
Right.
I think that them putting Georgia 5, I think people still are unsure because they seem to find a way to kind of cough up a game somewhere.
Well,
I don't know.
You'll have 2 versus 5 coming up first opening week of college football season with Clemson and Georgia.
I say it right here. I don't know if anybody else has said it first. If they have, that's okay. But I think Alabama has the easiest schedule they've ever had that I have ever seen an Alabama schedule, and I think Georgia has one of the easiest schedules I think I've ever seen the Dogs have. Both of them have horrible home schedules. I mean, I wouldn't pay 2 cents for any of those games just about. If either one of them loses a game, they don't deserve to be in the college football playoff.
You would pay 2 cents.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But if either
that's
one
not
of them
a lot of
loses,
money at all.
So here's the thing.
I can find 2 cents around this office somewhere, Jeff.
Okay.
You would pay 2 cents.
If Georgia loses to Clemson, I think that's the only tough
I
game on the entire schedule.
I think that game means nothing.
It means nothing, but if they lose that game, I don't see how they're in the college football playoff. Their schedule is so easy that they're going to have to hope that other teams lose 2 or 3 games. I just don't see that happening. I mean, I honestly think that this game, it's a huge game.
Nah.
But it's the only game on the schedule that's tough.
Means nothing.
Means nothing. It's the only hard game on their schedule. Which means if they lose that, how do they get into the college football playoff?
Means nothing.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is that if Georgia loses to Clemson and wins the SEC, that the college football playoff committee is going to be like, no, you don't get it.
Well, the addendum is winning the SEC.
Oh, the addendum.
The addendum is winning the SEC. If they get into there and they have to play Alabama and they beat Alabama, yes, they should deserve to go in at that point.
All right.
But if they lose
How many
Clemson,
years have you seen the committee put in a team that
well, they don't put Georgia in when they're on the fence. We know that, which is why this game is huge.
So an 11-1 Georgia team versus a
10-2 Clemson that beats them gets in.
A 10-2 North Carolina.
I think that they might take North Carolina because they have proven the last 2 years that if Georgia is on the fence and has a shaky, questionable game, they're not going to get voted in.
So you're saying there's a bias toward Georgia?
I'm not saying there's something.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
I tend to agree with you.
They're not confident in Georgia when they lose a game, which is why I think the Clemson game is the biggest game on the schedule. It's the first one, obviously, but it's the biggest game on the schedule because when you go down the rest of the regular season, they should not lose a game.
Someone let out a balloon over there?
Yeah, they shouldn't lose a game, and they probably should win every game by at least 2 touchdowns. That's my. I think Georgia's that good.
Okay, all right, there it is. It's off target. Ding.
I'm off target.
That we thought the fifth place ranking was off.
Oh, way off target. Yeah. Yes.
All right, so our region predictions of the magazine located on page 27. Are they on target or off target, Jeff?
Oh, I think they're absolutely on target.
So we have chosen.
We can't backtrack now, can we?
The Friday Game Night staff put together this little combination of points and how we choose who is going to win the region. These are just predictions, obviously. West Forsyth is predicted to win 6-7A. Buford predicted to win 8-6A.
Both of them won their regions last year, by the way.
Clark Central picked to win 8-5A, which they did lose a lot.
But they won their region last year. When
region
you look at that
year.
region.
Yes. Region 8-4A, Jefferson has been picked by 3 points. Edges Flowery Branch out by 3 points.
Well, I think everybody went Jefferson and Flowery Branch 1-2.
Yep.
That's going to be a fantastic game.
And perhaps the closest one here, North Hall edges Cherokee Bluff for the top spot of the region by 1 point.
Well, we looked at what North Hall had coming back. I like 16 starters, something like that. Bluff is bringing back a good group.
They are bringing back a good group.
They're going to be right there. I think what we decided is the region's going to come down to that game.
I think if we looked at it correctly, North Hall had the most returning starters as well.
Right.
Region 7, 3A. Bluff, I think, was second. White County comes in third, and we've when the numbers came out, West Hall picked to finish fourth in the region, edging Dawson out by a point.
Well, and of course, your early scouting report on the Tigers makes that look a little, maybe we kind of knew what we were talking about. It's very early, but that scrimmage game concerned me for Dawson County.
Region 8, 3A, Oconee County, winning that one, of course. They made the state championship last year. But that was 2 straight years they made the state championship.
Yeah, it is. They've lost twice in a row. Yep.
Raby County unanimous in 8-2A. Elbert coming in second. Lincoln County winning over Commerce.
Well, we have Riverside. I'm sorry.
We've got Riverside in the playoffs, edging Banks County.
They
out
didn't
by
even
a
play
point.
last year.
Yep.
So we really were we were flying blind on that one. But we kind of we talked to Nick Garrett, and is there a more positive, upbeat guy you've ever heard of than Nick Garrett? I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah, he's very positive.
He is. I mean, for somebody that didn't even have a team last year in a program, he likes what he doesn't even know what he has coming back, but he likes it. That's positive.
Fellowship Academy going to win Region 6A Private. Lakeview coming in the third spot. So go check this magazine out. You can go to the website, find out where to get it, or you can come by and see us here at the station and grab a magazine. Now, in the magazine, the All Access team that, coaches helped us with nominations. We put those nominations together, then selected the best 11 that we thought, then 11 more for our honorable mention. But we did a little thing this year during the photo shoots of the players of hard choices. And we asked them questions about different things. We also got some interesting answers off the record for some of their pregame meals, like 40 Big Macs and 60.
I think 40's a little high. 40's a little exaggeration.
A McChicken topped with a chicken nugget with some ranch, and I mean, a lot of different things that come up. But we narrowed it down somewhat. And one of the questions we asked: Powerade or Gatorade? Now, what are you guys?
I always like citrus cooler. So what is that, Gatorade?
That's Gatorade. What are you?
I'm a whatever's available guy. But
whatever's cold
I will
Whatever's
drink
cold.
either. Look,
Whatever's cold.
I'll drink either, but if there's a citrus cooler, that's the one I'm going for.
Okay.
I will say I'm a big time orange Gatorade fan though. Big time orange Gatorade
I do
fan.
like orange Gatorade, and if I drink the Powerade, it's red.
I go with the blue.
Yeah,
I'm with
red.
you, Jeff, with the blue.
Yeah.
I had blue Powerade.
But
It's
now,
pretty solid.
they've come out with some funky flavors of Gatorade, and
Yeah.
I don't think Powerade has yet, have they?
Yeah, there's a few different flavors of Powerade.
Because Gatorade.
I know that like a couple years ago, I got turned on to
they-
the strawberry lemonade Powerade flavor, and I know
Okay.
Gatorade does it too. But I find that it's a lot easier to find the Powerade strawberry lemonade flavor than it is the Gatorade version.
Well, let's see what the players of the All Access team had to say about that. So, Powerade or Gatorade?
Gatorade, OG.
Gatorade.
Yes, sir.
What flavor?
Either Riptide Rush or the Grape. I like it.
Okay,
I like the
there
Grape.
you go. You
Yes,
got
sir.
it back at it, great.
Gatorade.
Flavor?
I'll probably go with the Cool Blue. I'll rock with the Cool Blue for a minute.
All right.
Gatorade and Glacier Freeze, 100%.
I say Powerade and red.
Red.
Yeah.
How come red?
I don't know, it just kind of has a better little tangy flavor to it. Yeah.
All right.
Gatorade and white. It's like coconut, I think.
Powerade, red.
Red. No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. All right.
Powerade.
Why?
I don't know, just that different kind of feel. It's gotta be red though.
Gotta be.
Oh,
I was
gotta
gonna
be
ask
red.
you what color.
Gotta be red.
Gotta be red.
Powerade. What flavor Powerade?
Yeah, what flavor?
Probably blue or yellow.
Okay.
Gatorade.
What flavor?
Yeah. Strawberry lemonade. Strawberry lemonade. I don't think I've ever had that one.
It's good.
Is it? I'm just an orange guy.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Powerade.
All right. Favorite flavor.
The grape one.
Great. Okay.
Powerade or Gatorade?
Gatorade.
Which flavor?
Blue cherry.
Okay. Blue cherry. That's a new one. See, blue cherry,
I think
Never
coconut
had
thing.
that.
What was that coconut thing?
coconut thing,
Was that
something glacier.
that was the bluff?
My guy Malachi with the strawberry lemonade.
Yeah,
in
strawberry
there.
lemonade.
Yes.
Boy, he looked relaxed, didn't he?
He did look relaxed.
He's like, just what else you got?
They're all pretty relaxed, folks.
Gatorade jumped out
It's
of
a
the
fun
gate.
shoot.
Gatorade jumped out of the gate, and then Powerade could have come back up to pull with it one. But red Powerade, which Powerade came out
Long after Gatorade.
long
did.
after Gatorade
Right.
did, and it was basically red Gatorade or red Powerade.
I think that was the initial.
think
I
that
think there
was
was a
the-
red, and I think there was a red and a blue.
Maybe a red and a blue.
Right.
Maybe,
Probably
maybe
the
lemon
yellow
lime.
too. The lemon
Yeah.
lime was in there.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I'm the youngest person in this room. I have no idea.
I drank Gatorade back in the 70s. That was the only thing going. And then we had the one flavor, really, which was the lemon lime. You know,
Did you ride
but I don't have
dinosaurs
any-
to school too, Jeff?
that's correct. I did.
Through trying
the
winds and
through
terrible
the
snow.
Through the snow.
Through the
Barefoot.
snow.
Over the glacier.
In shorts.
Through the desert.
Well, I mean, hey, barefoot wouldn't
The-
really matter. He's
the-
on the dinosaur.
Well, that's
the
true.
first mile
the poor
was over-
dinosaur didn't have any
Yeah,
shoes, though.
that's true.
The first mile was over the glacier. Second mile was through the desert. The last mile was through the swamp. So I had to traverse it all to get to school. There was one room, one desk.
Well,
Who taught?
I was the teacher and the student.
Life was the teacher.
that
You were the
explains
student.
what's wrong with you. All right,
I can tell
folks.
you, I got 100 on
Ju-
every test.
A reminder to you to pick the magazine up if you already haven't today, tomorrow, or the next day. A handful of scrimmages coming up on Friday. Bluff will go to Jackson County. White is at the new East Forsyth. East Jackson at Oglethorpe. North Hall at Branch. Lumpkin will right over to Gainesville, play Lakeview. East Hall's at Riverside. Union at Southwest Whitfield. Well, that's a long way to go for just a scrimmage. Banks County at Stevens County. Chestatee at Johnson. And St. Francis going to ride all the way up to Raby County.
That's a
And
long way.
I did forget the Thursday scrimmages, so let me go backwards here. Gainesville travels to Winder. Polk, speaking of long road trips, goes up to Towns and West Hall. We go to Pickens. That's on Thursday, August 12th. And August 14th, Jefferson is at Hart County playing in the Battle of the Border.
How do you get Polk going to Towns County?
I'm not sure. It's like, hey, you want to play? Sure, we'll drive up there.
I mean, that's just an odd
thing.
Arrangement there.
Don't forget to check Jeff out on Twitter at HartJJ22. I'm at the Bo Wilson, and Seth is on Instagram at Seth_?_ cinnamon.
Back at this again.
That's cinnamon.
Back at it
cinnamon
again.
It's so hard to remember, Seth.
The cinnamon photography.
It's not that hard.
So check him out.
It's not that hard.
Check you out.
But namely, all my posting with this happens on our Instagram feed.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
But people want to see you.
No, they don't.
Okay. We'll go with that. All right. Until next time, folks, enjoy the rest of your week.